You name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Rams. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Blue draw Corkers. Cornell. Tighten up, tighten up. You won.
Goff on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play there right off the bat. 48 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, nothing but room to run.
3rd and long. It's gone. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line. Watch the eye. Showing up. Harbaugh. He's coming. You got double up.
Back to throw. Goff. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Out of the gun. Love. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner. And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Situation. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Love. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Love. He's got Allen. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Let's go. Brown. Let's get up. Brown. Let's go. Bravo. Number 53.
Now Goff. And Brake, the tight end's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey.
Got you, boy.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And here you go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Value one.
Goff on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. This is Hines. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From his goal line here, Locke. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Love. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Give them 32 on the play. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
What we got? Check 13. Check 13.
Now Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Goff now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, here's Goff. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll bring up second down.
My observation has been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Tiger.
Throwing again is Goff. That's into the hands of Reynolds. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, high 7. I got it. Bobo's the Mike. Mike's Bobo. Check Mike. 44. Go.
Again, Goff. The quick slant caught. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Josh Reynolds, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Luck. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 30. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off of play action. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Third and long, it's Love. Looking for Campbell downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Check three.
To try again after the sack. Goff. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Hines. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Check out. Right, 40. Come on. Let's go, Mexico. 951. Check 26.
From the gun on 3rd down, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Littleton able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down.
White 20. Orange. 58 for Mike. 58 for Mike.
Out of the gun. Gone. Complete. He finds Bray. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Come on. 14.
Goff now looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Goff. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run the counter. Hines. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Let's go.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Luck now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. So here we go. The Colts will go for 2.
Check it back. Check.
They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Gone. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And an alley to run. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Luck. And he's going to go down again. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 23. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 37. Check 37. Go ahead.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now it's Hines. Room here to run. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Gone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run again with Hines. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams' 26. And the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Block on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Campbell making the catch. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try the left side. It's Hines. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being...
He's got a man complete. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Gone. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
2nd and 10. Goff again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Value 3, value 3. 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Hey, Steve 6, Steve 6.
Here we go on 4th. Gone. This pass complete to Reynolds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. It doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To the air again. Goff. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Colts are going to recover the football. And that should be enough to get them home. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
56, Mike, 56. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Colts, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.